Hi guys, and welcome to a new edition of Our Life with John and Bogdan from Houston.
We're back.
You know, I heard a lot of people, oh, you moved.
Yeah.
No, we did not move, guys. We're back in Houston and we are back in production and everyday lifestyle.
Absolutely. It's funny how people read parts of things and they wanted to know exactly where the property was that we purchased.
Yes, I wish there was one.
Haven't done that yet. Listen, if you like today's content, please give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't, and hit that notification bell, and that'll let you know when we put out our next video. So we've got a lot to talk about today.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Hi, I'm John, and this is Bogdan. Join us on our journey as we figure out how to earn a living as artists, introduce you to those we meet, and share what we learn along the way.
We were going to buy a Sprinter van, but everything changed because we lost both vehicles. One got flooded out, had to get a new engine, and the other was total. So meet our new Tiguan. This is actually Bogdan's first car, isn't it? It's the reason we bought it was because it does the seats lay down in the back so that we can probably get more art in the back. So yeah, we love it. It's our new baby.
Okay, so it's not only new, but it's already filled with junk.
It wouldn't be one of our vehicles if it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, the other one was a small car, and I think the only thing that is missing was a bed. Now we have the opportunity to
We can sleep in this if we need to.
lay down a bed if we want to, and knowing us, probably we'll put a mattress very soon. So we took a day off today to catch up with various projects.
Had to.
Various projects, kind of forced in a way, and we are decided to go to St. Houston
State Park. It's a state park that is literally right next to our neighborhood. We back up against the state park, and we almost never go there. And now that the weather is starting to change, I mean, it's actually lovely out today, and probably in the 80s, and we haven't had that in a long time. Yay! It's beautiful today.
and the car works excellent. This is I think it has altogether 1,000 miles on board,
Yeah,
but
we'll fix that.
we'll fix that very soon.
Am I on? I think I'm on.
Oh my God, this feels so good. I feel like I need a little break.
Yeah, it's funny because we've been working so hard. I mean, we haven't stopped since we got back from Romania.
Yeah.
I mean, we really haven't had a break at all. And it's, I mean, we struggled through with jet lag and with all the stuff that had to go on getting ready for FotoFest and,
I mean, it was
and for
lovely.
Kim's show and for...
Going to Romania was lovely. It was both work and entertaining, but now is like bang, 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 one project after another.
Right.
And the first in line, guys, it's Blaze, an exhibition by our friend Kim Harrison.
Yay!
And we have been help her with a lot of things, with printing, with organizing, with
A lot goes into putting on a show, even
Yeah.
if it's in a small venue like that.
And she wanted us to be kind of her curators. So last week we did a mock-up of everything, how it is gonna look like, and we kind of came up with a plan. And what else? She has some last-minute sprints to do, so I'm gonna do today or tomorrow.
And it's going to be a lovely show. She's put a lot of work into it. And then I don't remember when her reception is, but she'll have a grand opening. But the show actually starts in a couple of days. So we need to help her get it all hung
And this
tomorrow.
This is actually her first solo exhibition, guys. And
Oh yeah, it's a big deal.
everybody's solo exhibitions are such big deals. In general, exhibitions are big deals, but when
it's your first,
one,
yeah.
it happens. It feels like you have to put everything you have in it.
Exactly.
And this is what she does. But I think it's going to be a success. I think it's going to be fabulous, and we hope for a lot of people to show up.
And it's so personal to her. I mean, it's obviously everybody's artwork is personal to them, but it's more than the artwork. It's the whole kind of journey that she's been on and where she is in her life, and that's just it's a lovely story that goes along with the exhibition.
And you have been busy too with exhibition committees these
Yeah,
past days.
I mean, we are in the process. It's now the fall, and so we're doing kind of the plan for next year. So we're trying to plot out the exhibitions that we have.
So what
Right
is
now,
it?
FotoFest is in full bloom. So FotoFest has the building, the exhibition, and which is a lovely exhibition, by the way. But it will end right around the holidays, so we need to be ready to go with a new curated exhibition in the building, starting right around Thanksgiving. So, and it'll run through the new year. But yeah, it should be good. We've got lots of opportunities. We're committing to bringing in outside curators, so hopefully that'll, I don't know, market us a little more to the outside art community. A lot of people still haven't ever really discovered Sawyer Yard.
And this is actually a reminder, this discussion, that we've been back and we've been busy. And that's a reminder for everybody that we are back in Houston, guys.
We're
are
home.
not abroad anymore.
Yeah, everybody's like, I heard you moved to Romania. No. We went to
I
Romania.
am from Romania. We went to Romania. Romania is going to be part of the conversation
My
because
brother,
of this.
my brother just wrote this morning, and he said, I read somewhere that you just bought a place in Romania. What? No. Read better.
Yeah. Buy some art so we can buy a property.
Yes, yeah, please. Yeah.
What else? We've been busy, guys, with rearranging the studio because we have the FotoFest month. We felt like rearranging and bringing the studios more photography-based art than mixed media or a mix of arts in between us. So,
and that's because FotoFest draws people from all over the world
that appreciate more photography than
they're looking
than
for photography.
Other groups, and that was a big project for us to move everything back in the second part of the studio and bring back into the showroom a coherent photography series. So I had, what do we have on display? We have sculptural photography mostly, and the inheritance showing again.
Yeah. And then flip flu. We just brought all kinds of photography examples to the front, hoping that people who come through are a little more attuned to photography.
Since we moved to these new studios, we had a lot more attention, which is great. And it happened that I had people coming in saying, "Oh, I never seen these pictures before." Well, they were here, but we are in a bed, not in a bed, in a end of a hallway, so you probably never got to see this when I had them in display at that point.
Now we're the first studio you hit when you come in the main door, so that helps a lot. And we have a new neighbor, Valentina Atkinson, who runs Serrano Gallery, and another gallery in Silver Street, the Oaxacan artists from Mexico. She's moving right next door to us, and so she'll have that gallery, which is great because it attracts a really specific clientele and a kind of a buying crowd to a gallery. So it's nice to be right next door to that. So that's exciting.
Other than that, gosh, I'm creating new work with these pieces from Romania, this photography from Romania.
Oh yeah, the street photography.
Yeah, so that was a challenging project, and it still is, because as far I like the decay, I like the texture of abandoned buildings, or just the decay facades of the building.
Yeah.
I like and I don't like the graffiti outside.
Yeah, that's a real sticky subject.
So, as you probably know, because we have a long conversation about this, graffiti is a piece of art.
Street art,
and I thought of this, to my art to be about their graffiti.
Right.
So I wanted something that would show the decay and the graffiti together,
and the colors and the movement that graffiti brings, without basically featuring someone else's art, which has probably got copyright issues. Plus, it's just, I think it's less about your art and it's featuring theirs.
I won't mind to give them credit, but I don't know who
exactly.
they are, really.
Yeah, how will you give them credit?
And so, because I wanted it so badly, I had to come with a new idea that basically keeps the photography but destroy the whole graffiti, so you don't know what it is.
Yeah, it changes it. You're customizing it to where it's your product, not their product.
And this way, I have my first 3D street photography. It's one of a kind. Actually, there's gonna be. I'm planning to have, like, for example, a tagged photos, like 15.
Yeah. You need a collection, don't you? Yeah.
No, 15 of this. In general, you do a limited edition print of a photography, which is 5, 10, 15, whatever that is. Now, this is very unique because each individual piece will be the same, but different.
Each piece is unique, so it's a one-off. But what you're saying is you're going to
the whole structure of the picture is the same.
But it's this.
The 3D elements will be different in all 15 variations.
So it's like when you're doing an embellishment.
In a way.
You're doing some alterations with the same basic photograph.
So this photograph,
so that's how you're going to edition them?
Yes.
Okay.
The 1 of 15, 2 of 15, and so on.
But 1 and 2 will look completely different.
Yes, there will be complete different variations.
Well, that's nice because you don't want to give the impression that they're completely different because they have the same base.
Yeah. Which I thought it was a nice touch. Everybody will have the same sort. 15 people will have the same kind of image, but yet each one of them will
have a
different.
Unique piece. That's nice.
Yes. Yeah. And this is how I solved the graffiti problem. I made their graffiti
my graffiti.
My graffiti.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
And it's not I don't overstep on anybody's artwork this way.
And they're stunning photos.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really nice images, and you printed them big, and they're breathtaking. And I like the fact that it's not just featuring someone else's art, which is kind of creepy.
Because I thought of it, I said, how do I resolve this problem? I love the image, I love the old doors. For a lot of people, old doors are very attractive. There's something mysterious, something that you wanna reinterpret in your own ways, but yet I don't want the graffiti to be the piece they look at.
And that's perfect, because our next exhibition is called Open Doors.
Oh, how lovely.
So you'll have to put that in. One of the things that's bugging me is that, we did a lot of pre-work before we went to Romania. What is it we're trying to achieve? What do we need to get out of this trip? And then while we were there, we had to do all of that. We had to complete all the tasks and brand new ones that we didn't even think about. And so now that we've been back, a couple of weeks? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to say, okay, where are we now with Romania? How do we do a kind of temperature check on where we are now, what happens next, particularly because
it's so easy to defocus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is, and because we need to take steps, because it will be the new year instantly, mm-hmm. and time will pass very quickly. To me, I am as excited as ever. I'm kind of ready to make some sort of move, though I don't think we're just not physically ready. I mean, to get the house ready and to pack and everything, I can't even think about things like that. But I do want us to move forward. And one of the things I kind of walked away from Romania feeling is that there's a lovely art world going on in Romania, but there's not a lot of connection between artists. And so I'm not sure how we would make a living except for going to art fairs abroad. Mm-hmm. And that gets really expensive.
And also you could submit for various photo festivals or art festivals, mm-hmm. but that doesn't necessarily bring any money.
Yeah,
it brings
exactly.
you notoriety, which is great, but doesn't, at the end of the day, a photo festival won't gonna necessarily bring you money to survive.
And it's quite expensive to do it. Even though we're not looking at shipping issues and things like that, it's still quite an expensive prospect to go to an international fair. So we were looking at other opportunities. We're really not going to make money off of an art buying population in Romania. There are people that we know mm-hmm. who will probably purchase something, but they're not going to pay all the bills. Mm-hmm. And so we were looking at the idea of maybe setting up some sort of entity, some sort of non-profit organization that could offer a service mm-hmm. and maybe get some money from the European Union art stuff or from donors and maybe bring people to Romania more so than take Romanians and take our art out of Romania. So I don't know, it's still kind of in the really fuzzy planning stage, but it's pretty exciting.
How it is. If you don't do it, you will never do it. So
right.
you'll have to start something, and that will go somewhere.
And like I say, we can do the planning now, and maybe we decide we don't want to do it. We've done that a number of times. We were going to remodel the house, and now we're like, we'd rather go to Romania. We were going to get the big van, and now we got a Tiguan.
Yeah.
So things change, and that I would be shocked if that didn't happen. So I'm not discouraged by that.
What I want to bring into discussion is that we got into Romania, and we easily got what, 2 jobs now.
Yeah,
Two
we got
local-
2 gigs. Yeah.
Once, of course, he was part of my family, and but they were actually needed some work with some marketing stills and videos for their business.
For the winery.
And then the other one, some friends of mine that knows exactly what I'm doing contacted me if I wanted to edit a short commercial for an agency. It was very difficult because we are on the other side of the world, which means the time is different.
Right.
And they had to wait
There's a
more
there's
hours.
a good day in between every
Yes.
act, every conversation.
That 12 hours, it's important.
And there might be that kind of business. I mean, these people know other people, and maybe there's a steady enough business in doing kind of graphic design and video production and commercial photography. But I guess the point is we don't want to do that exclusively.
Yeah.
That's what we were doing before. And so, yeah, it's a great thing to do. Bogdan happens to be really good at it. But we need to build in this art business,
Yeah, I mean, when you
or it'll get left behind.
when you work for a client, it
Yeah.
completely takes your whole time, and
Rightfully so. You
yeah.
need to give them the time.
And you'll have to be very clear with yourself. How much time do you want to spend on this, and how much time do you want to spend on art?
And so, where are you in Romania?
No, I'm still feeling good about it. I'm
Yeah.
kind of craving now. I'm kind of missing everybody. I felt like exactly when I got a little more comfortable, we have to leave. Because it's even though I'm Romanian, I go home here and there is every other 2 or 3 years. It's a cultural shock when I get there, you know.
Sure.
I feel like everything gets too small, or that people are touching me in line, and I get used to these things because in that side of the world, this is how things happen, and or that I don't find what I need right away, and it's a accommodation process.
What about where to live? I mean, we looked at some place that was quite rural, a very small village. I love that because you have space and you can do anything you want. Then we looked at Cumpulun, which is a much better place to live emotionally. I mean, because you have sidewalk cafes and you can stop for a gelato and you can just walk the promenade. But you're going to give up room because you've got a house and a yard, but you still probably have enough. But you probably need another studio space.
Yeah.
And then the third bit is that we would go to Bucharest, and there would be these magnificent places that maybe we could afford with a foundation. And my imagination always goes to those places. So we've really got those 3 options.
I would like to be in Bucharest because you are in the center of everything.
Yeah.
And whatever is in Bucharest doesn't need to be a big space. You can have a small space in Bucharest and then a place outside Bucharest where you do your messy work. And
But that requires having 2 places.
Yeah, so it could be just a place for where to sit, one room apartment basically to stay there when you need to. But I think in Bucharest you need a space for showing, a space for selling. I don't know to whom. So I'm very confused where and what's best for us.
And if the idea of showing a play, we actually looked and you can rent a space for very, very little money comparatively. And so the idea of having a showroom, a gallery space in Bucharest seems like it's achievable.
And I'm also a little confused about the European markets. I don't know if we can make easy sales like here in there. So that's another question I'm having. How doable this is. As much as we push for online sales, we still having trouble here.
Just doesn't happen.
It's just I do hear people and friends that sell online, and that's fantastic. But even with them, it doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, nothing they can depend on.
Right.
Yeah.
So they have this. I know this lady that she in Romania, and she has her artwork on every platform, every channels, and every groups, and that takes such an amount of work just to understand where you place your work, when do you have to take it off all the other platforms if it's sold on this platform. Mm-hmm. So it's a very complicated way to sell. We having our websites, and we actually sell straight from our websites. You do have some other Etsy accounts, and what else do you have? Fine Art America and so on.
Yeah, a number of things. Yeah, but not a lot.
Not a lot. I mean, easy to manage. So here we are. I'm in Romania, but I'm not. I like this city, Câmpulung, where my mother is.
I do too.
It's a very nice, clean, lovely architectural city. Easy to get anywhere in the country from there if you want to.
But remote from the airport, and if we're bringing...
But understanding that no one will come to visit you in Câmpulung easily.
Right.
Maybe we live in Câmpulung, and then we have a small studio showroom in Bucharest, rented. I mean, rent is not that crazy.
No.
But we have to sell so that we can balance the expenses. So here we are. If you guys have an idea,
Any ideas?
Write in the comments.
Would love them.
And so this was today's edition of Art Life.
Thanks so much for joining.
Hope you enjoy what you've seen. Hope we clarify that we're still in Houston, and that's an invitation to our studio, and see and talk with us and see us.
Absolutely. Hope you guys are having a great week. Keep creative, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye now.